Coming up tonight on 18 Eyewitness News.
Coming up on 18 Eyewitness News, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is proposing operational changes to 2 parks around Clearwater Lake. Also, Farmington Schools discusses how a proposed bond issue will benefit young learners. Plus, Clearwater Schools outline the improvements they'll fund if their bond issue is approved. All of these stories, and will we have one more sunny 60-degree day before the rain sets in?
News, sports, weather. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at Channel 18. I'm Fred Dawkins. Tonight's top story, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is looking for feedback on proposed changes at 2 parks around Clearwater Lake. The Corps claims that light budgets are forcing the changes. The Deputy Operations and Park Manager at Clearwater, Fred Esser, says the proposed changes involve moving the opening dates for the River Road and Highway K parks back to their historic seasons.
Our Piedmont Park will be opening 15th of April. Our River Road Park will be opening the 15th of March. We have in the past ran it year-round, but we're going to be opening it from 15 March, and it'll be closing the 31st of October. The Highway K will be doing the same thing, with the exception it'll be opening on 15 May.
Esser adds that the Highway K Park will close for the season on September 15th. The proposed changes will reduce operations at the parks by a total of 225 days. Now, the Corps is asking for the public's input at a workshop next Thursday, February 9th, from 1 until 4 in the afternoon at the Clearwater Project Office in Piedmont. The public is invited to drop by anytime and talk one-on-one with Corps representatives about the proposed changes. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Well, Fred, as we head into the evening hours, we're going to be on the mild side this evening. Not as mild as we were last night, but we're still going to be pretty mild for this time of year. By 7 p.m., partly cloudy skies, 50 degrees. By 9 p.m., we're going to see temperatures in the mid-40s with mostly clear skies. And then by midnight, lower 40s with clear skies throughout the evening, and it'll last throughout the evening into tomorrow morning. Clear skies tomorrow morning at the bus stop with a 39-degree temperature. Bundle your kids up. It'll be a little chilly out there. More details on your forecast that includes some rain moving in. All those details coming up later in weather.
Voters in the Farmington School District will be asked to approve a $17 million no-tax increase bond issue April 3rd. Proposition KIDS, which stands for Keep Improving District Schools, outlines the planned construction and renovations to buildings throughout the district. Farmington School Superintendent Dr. Natalie Thomas says the bond issue will impact all students from the high school to the district's youngest learners.
And that includes a new building that we are proposing that would go behind the Truman Auditorium. Currently, our youngest learners, our early childhood program, are housed at W.L. Johns, which is a wonderful historic building, but we believe can be repurposed and used for other kinds of reasons.
Dr. Thomas adds there are benefits to moving the early elementary students next to the Truman Kindergarten Center.
We're going to be able to enhance the services for all of our children, and we want to move from 6 classrooms to 10 to be able to allow for additional classrooms or services for early childhood, but also the flexibility for years such as this, when we have to add classrooms to the kindergarten. We want to be able to add that and still protect the integrity and the services that are in the Truman Kindergarten Center as well.
Further information about Proposition KIDS can be found on the district's website, farmington.k12.mo.us. The Clearwater R1 School District will also ask voters to approve a $3 million no-tax increase bond issue coming up this April. Clearwater Schools Superintendent Blaine Keel says the money raised by the bond issue will cover 3 phases of construction and renovation. The first phase will renovate the elementary school gymnasium, which was built back in 1935. The renovation of the Main Street campus entrance and additional office space is part of the second phase. Keel says the final phase will bring all of the early elementary students under one roof.
And then phase 3 would be to bring all of our early childhood classrooms and things that we have now currently behind the elementary school in outbuildings, bring them into the main building by redoing the existing cafeteria area and then building this tornado shelter with a kitchen in it that could subsidize as a new kitchen multi-purpose facility for feeding our students.
Keel says the district will apply for a grant to cover 75% of the cost of the construction of the new shelter cafeteria. The bond issue goes to voters in the Clearwater District on April 3rd. When we come back on Channel 18, St. Francis County Republicans give their nod to a state Senate candidate without a defined district. That story's coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News. Farmington businessman Gary Romine is continuing his campaign for the state Senate race, even without knowing the exact configuration of his district. The state Supreme Court threw out the redrawn Senate district map last month. Romine says the court's action has delayed him from beginning to campaign in earnest.
I just thought we were about ready to get in a position where we can seriously campaign and start making progress on how the district was going to lay out and who I needed to visit with and start making friends with to get this campaign started. And it disrupted our lives again, basically.
However, Romine says he's been working on his campaign for a while and he's in it for the long haul.
I've been doing this for 2 years now, and so it's not like I'm going to say, okay, things are screwed up, I'm going to step back. I still feel like if I'm serious about running, which I am, I've got to stay focused and continue to work on it no matter which direction the lines end up being, and just stay focused on getting the job done.
Romine won the state Senate election at the past weekend St. Francis County Republican straw poll. A prescription drug take-back day for Butler County residents is set for this Saturday. Folks can drop off their unused prescription medications at the Greater Poplar Bluff Area Chamber of Commerce from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. Now, if you're unable to make it to the Chamber of Commerce, you can call and arrange for a uniformed officer to come pick up the medication. To schedule a pickup, call 785-5776 before 5 o'clock Friday afternoon. Well, still to come on Channel 18, a new way to think about weight loss. Don Arnold shows us why scientists now think the more social you are, the thinner you may be. We'll have details in today's Your Health segment. But right now, let's take a sneak peek over where Dustin Kopp is staying at right now in front of the Weather Center. He's got a last-minute check of our Storm Tracker 18 forecast. All of that coming up next on Eyewitness 18 News.
And welcome back. We saw a nice day here in southeast Missouri, and the nice weather is going to continue through tomorrow. As we head through tomorrow, we're going to see nice weather, nice temperatures. So we're going to see plenty of sunshine, but then rain moves in on Friday and continues through the weekend, and then sunny and cooler for next week. As we head into southeast Missouri, temperatures right now are in the 50s, 50 right now in St. Louis, 55 in Ironton, as well as in Piedmont, 56 in Poplar Bluff, 55 right now in Cape Girardeau. Factor in the wind, we do have a little bit of a wind chill, 48 right now in St. Louis, 55 in Ironton, Rolla right now at 50, 55 in Ellington and Van Buren, as well as in Piedmont, 54 right now in Cape Girardeau and Marble Hill. Currently here in southeast Missouri at the station, we have a temperature of 52 degrees. It feels like 51 because of that north wind coming out of the north at 5 miles per hour. It is partly cloudy right now. Current dew point at 39 and the humidity right now at 61%. As we head through the day tomorrow, we're going to see a nice day, sunshine, plenty of it. As we see a high pressure system over Missouri, that's going to bring us nice temperatures and a pretty nice day with sunshine and temperatures in the 60s. So your forecast lows this evening, we'll see a low around 38 in St. Louis and Ironton, 37 in Piedmont, 39 in Poplar Bluff, 37 for your overnight low in Marble Hill and Cape Girardeau. Tonight, forecast is going to look pretty decent, not bad. It's going to be a little chilly. Mostly clear, 37 for your overnight low. Light to variable winds. Tomorrow, it's going to be another beautiful day, 62 degrees. Mostly sunny, can't complain. East-northeast wind, 5 to 10. A look at your extended forecast for the next several days. Friday, 57. We do have some clouds moving in with some rain as we move through Saturday and Sunday. We continue to see those clouds and rain showers. 51 on Saturday, 47 on Sunday. By Monday, we're clear with 46 degrees for your overall high. 47 on Tuesday with sunny skies and mostly cloudy on Wednesday with a high around 46. That is a check of your Storm Tracker weather forecast. Fred, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Dustin. Now Don Arnold is here. Let's take a look at tonight's Your Health on Channel 18.
If you want to shed a few pounds, your first thought may be to join a gym. But there's growing evidence that says if you really want to stay trim, you may want to start to join a book club or a church choir. Scientists say that being lean may also have something to do with being social. Clark Powell reports on the science behind it all.
While the importance of exercise and staying fit is well understood, researchers at Ohio State University Medical Center say there is another component, one we may have been overlooking all along. In a compelling new study, Dr. Matthew Deering and Lee Cow have found that being lean may also have a lot to do with being social.
What we're saying, this is not just going out there and getting on the treadmill or being more physically active. You have to be much more engaged socially as well as physically.
It's an idea that started in this lab. Researchers took identical mice, which, like humans, have deposits of both white fat and brown fat. White fat is stored as energy. Brown fat is burned by the body.
So the question is, how can you switch the fat from white to brown?
To find out, scientists put one group of mice in standard pens, comfortable but nothing that stimulating. The others lived here, with wheels, mazes, and 5 times as many mice, and endless challenges and opportunities to interact. After 4 weeks, researchers found that the group that socialized more dropped 50% of their white fat, mostly in the areas humans store it, in the abdomen. But it wasn't the exercise that made the difference.
One of the things that we discovered here is that this enriched environment switches the white fat towards a brown fat.
Not long ago, researchers didn't realize human adults had much brown fat, if any at all. Now they know it's there and know just what it could do.
The potential is there. If we could increase the brown fat, we could actually increase our calorie expenditure by 20%.
Which could translate to up to 1 pound a week, simply through the stimulus of social interaction. At Ohio State University Medical Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
In this study published in the latest journal of cell metabolism, researchers actually found that the process in the brain that tells the body to switch from white fat to brown fat. The next step is to develop a kind of gene therapy that would make the process happen in humans, so we will be burning more fat than we store.
Coming up in today's Your Life segment on Channel 18, most of us don't think we're artistic. And that applies to our kids, too. And in both cases, it's wrong. Dr. Bill Myers explains in today's Focus on the Family.
And coming up in sports, I'll have a look at high school basketball action from last night. Mizzou gets the biggest prize on National Signing Day, and the effort to keep the Rams in St. Louis starts in earnest today. These stories and more coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
This is 18 Eyewitness News, Sports.
And boys high school basketball from last night. Farmington big over Potosi, 91-55. Fredericktown survived St. Genevieve, 65-61. Clearwater Falls at Donovan, 68-58. Bismarck bested Arcadia Valle, 65-45. Kingston 59, Valle Caledonia 48, West County down Valle Catholic 63-52, North County over Central 69-53, Woodland defeats Delta 46-35, and Perryville no problem with St. Pius 74-44. Today is National Signing Day, and Mizzou is reloading its roster in a big way. This morning, Dorial Green Beckham, the nation's most wanted 2012 college football recruit, announced his decision to play for the Tigers. The 6'6", 220-pound wide receiver that rivals ranks as the #1 overall college prospect in America made his announcement during a celebration at Hillcrest High School in Springfield. Green Beckham received his first scholarship offer from Missouri at the age of 15 before he ever played a varsity football game. Among the other commitments the Tigers have received today are Parkway North's Donovan Newsom, a 6'2", 225-pound linebacker. The effort to keep the Rams in St. Louis starts in earnest today, according to the public agency that manages the stadium. Although owner Stan Kroenke has not publicly stated any desire to move the team, he could terminate the 1995 lease if by 2015 the Edward Jones Dome is not a first-tier stadium or one that's better than 3/4 of all National Football League stadiums. And today is the deadline for the St. Louis Convention and Visitors Commission to tell the team how it plans to upgrade the dome and where it hopes to find the money. The Rams have until March 1st to accept or reject the CVC proposal and until May 1st to make a counteroffer. The two sides would go into arbitration if a deal is not struck by June 15th. Without an agreement, the Rams would be free to relocate after March 1st, 2015. And a good coach knows he doesn't have all the answers, so over the NHL All-Star break, Ken Hitchcock contacted 7 friends in the coaching business, sent them tapes, and asked them to critique his club. He wanted to come back from the break with a plan on how his team can improve for the second stage of the season. Hitchcock absorbed the feedback and incorporated some related drills into the Blues practice regiment as they prepare to resume the season on Friday when the Los Angeles Kings come to the Scott Trade Center. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with tonight's Your Live segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
They call them hacks. Clever solutions to tricky problems. And if you want to get richer this year, you're in the right place. I'm Stacy Johnson. I've got your top 5 money hacks for 2012. Just ahead on Money Talks News.
The ability to create art seems to be out of reach to most of us, but Dr. Bill Meyer is here now to introduce us to an artist who encourages everyone, especially kids, to explore their more colorful side.
Inchworm, measuring the merry-go.
Cedric Taylor is a gifted artist who brings his colorful imagination to life on the walls of schools and community centers, inspiring kids all over his town.
He did nursery rhymes, which I think, so many of our kids today that don't even know because we've stopped reading, unfortunately, and creating and imagining. So I think it challenges them to imagine. And
do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane?
The arts can open doors to success for kids who may struggle to find it in other ways.
I had a lot of kids who were autistic, dyslexic, struggled emotionally, had a lot of different difficulties at home and at school. And in art, there's no wrong answers. For once, they can be successful. They can be good at something, and that was their chance to shine.
Everyone can draw, and I would use shapes, squares, rectangles, circles, how to build what you want to draw.
And Cedric encourages all kids to explore art. He's painted giant wall murals all over this YMCA.
It's really become a part of the YMCA, and that it's our identity here,
He's even done the locker rooms. His trademark sense of humor kicks in when talking about painting in bathrooms.
Captive audience.
In addition to the giant wall murals,
we call it the Sky Garden.
Cedric is also a talented caricature artist.
Let me deck you out here, buddy.
And although he's clearly gifted in capturing personalities, he says anyone can improve their skill in this area.
I learned to get better at caricature from playing Pictionary. You really got to move fast with lines. And so the caricature is the same thing.
Cedric's art brings joy to kids of all ages. If you have a budding painter or cartoonist at home, be sure to nurture that interest.
There is a niche, there's a place for every gift.
For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit FocusOnTheFamilyTV.com. Maybe you've heard of hacks, clever solutions to everyday problems. Well, here's money hacker Stacy Johnson with some clever solutions to money problems that you may be facing this year.
Near the top of nearly every list of resolutions is money. Owing less, having more. If money's the goal, maybe you could use some hacks. Clever solutions to tricky problems. And there are hacks for everything, including getting richer. Here are 5 examples. First problem, saving more. There's a hack for that. Automate. Have money automatically taken out of each paycheck for savings. Problem 2, paying bills on time. Use the automatic feature in online banking to pay those bills. And if the bills you're paying are debts, automatically pay more than the minimum. Minimum payments are no good for anyone. Try to pay extra. Where are you going to find the extra money to put toward those debts? There's a hack for that. Use a free online service to automatically track your spending. Once you see what you're spending, you'll see where to find extra money. Problem 4, how to invest. If you've got a 401k or other long-term savings, how do you know how much to put in stocks? Just subtract your age from 100. So if you're 40 years old, subtract that from 100, you'd put 60% in stocks. Now, that's just a rule of thumb, so don't do it if it makes you feel uncomfortable. And finally, use a hack to keep from overspending. Check prices on the web or a smartphone shopping app before you buy. Now, use these 5 hacks all year and you will end up richer. Want more ideas? They're waiting right here at moneytalksnews.com. I'm Stacy Johnson.
And as Stacy said, he's got a lot more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to moneytalksnews.com. Folks, I want to send a great big shout out to a great friend of ours here at the Dawkins Broadcast Group, Steve Hayes from UPS. Steve was down here this morning and said he watches Channel 18 News every night at 10 o'clock, and we appreciate that an awful lot. Wow, the weather, Dustin Kopp, you just cannot beat what we have had here in the Midwest for the last couple of weeks. Way above normal temperatures, and looks like that trend is continuing.
The trend is going to continue for the next several days. Tomorrow we're going to see some more sunshine, temperature around 60 degrees for your high. I really can't complain. I kind of wish that our job was outside to enjoy the weather. However, then when it comes to summertime, it's going to get hot again, and then I won't.
Oh, you were inside.
Yeah.
We're never satisfied.
We're never satisfied.
Storm tracker forecast looks like what?
Next several days looking pretty nice temperature-wise. There's some rain moving in by the end of the week. However, we need the moisture.
Yes.
It's not going to be snow, so we can't complain too much. But the temperatures are the main priority to keep them going up.
And actually tomorrow is when Pontchatonic Phil decides to come out and tell us if we're going to have more winter or more spring-like weather.
Right. Like I said earlier this week, or maybe it was at the end of last week, we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter, whether he says he sees a shadow or not.
Officially.
So, officially.
Yeah.
So just be prepared for winter to come through. We haven't seen much of a winter, not a lot of snowfall, but we still have plenty of time.
You betcha we do. That does it for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock here on Channel 18. Until then, have a great evening. God bless you and your family. Good night, everyone.
Newswatch is next. Have a great night.